You may like to eat them, but it's probably not very healthy for your dog to eat them, or a furry friend, could be your cat. So joining me today is Dr. Price for healthy animal tips on what you should or shouldn't feed your pet. Let me give this back. Hold on. Let me put him in water so he doesn't get too hot, and we'll just switch over. There we go. I don't want to cause him, any pain. So, Dr. Price, I want to thank you for joining us out here today at Cajun Fest. It's very nice out, isn't it?
Yes, it's a wonderful day.
It is.
And Cajun food is so marvelous.
Exactly. We like to eat it, but it's probably not good for our furry friends that we have.
No, they do not have the same digestive capabilities that we do. Very spicy foods can cause some very major misery for them, as well as high-fat foods can cause pancreatitis, which can be fatal in dogs and cats.
What sort of fatty foods? When you say that, I'm thinking of maybe like steak or something.
Well, brisket, pulled pork, any kind of barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah, fried chicken, chicken fried steak, many of the gumbos and jambalayas and other of those marvelous Cajun dishes that to foods can be pretty tough on a dog or cat's digestive system.
I see. And I know I'm guilty, and I'm sure people are guilty out there as well, I have a dog, so feeding my dog from the table. So I'm sure you advise people against that.
Well, not only do you need to resist those gorgeous brown eyes of your dog or those beautiful green or blue eyes of your kitty, but you need to be careful what you do with the scraps, with the trash. You need to make sure the dog and the cat can't get into it, because they can binge in the garbage while you're safely sound asleep in bed, and then you can wake up in the morning and have a major veterinary emergency on your hands.
I see.
So let's prevent some pain and misery. Let's prevent some needless expense.
Right.
And be commonsensical. Be smart about this.
Okay. And now, what are some other foods that people shouldn't obviously feed their pets? I know the big one is that everyone here is you do not want to feed your animals any chocolate, because it could be very harmful to them. Now, that is true, though.
Right. Yeah. Dogs and cats cannot properly metabolize chocolate. When humans, it's metabolized through a bunch of different steps, and then we're done with it. We're fine. Our liver can handle it. Dogs and cats cannot. They end up having seizures, and they can even be kicked into liver failure. Caffeine can send them into convulsions.
Oh, my gosh.
Sugarless gum can cause a fatal hypoglycemia. Rhubarb is bad for them. Onions causes hemolytic anemia. Fatty foods causes the pancreatitis we mentioned. It's a long list.
Right.
And you can Google harmful foods for pets online and get a long list. There's also a long list of commonly used medications for humans that dogs and cats should never, ever, ever have.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm sure if people see their dog is sick, they go, I can just maybe get something from over the counter. What are some big no-nos?
Do not ever give ibuprofen, Tylenol, Aleve, aspirin to your dog or cat. I won't go into details, but it can cause fatal organ failures or perforated stomachs. There's a bunch of prescription medications that people take, like antidepressants and morphine-based pain management, that can kill pets. It's a long list. Again, be as careful with your medications around your pet as you would around your toddler. Be smart.
Right.
And don't leave the pill vials on the kitchen countertop, because the dog can jump up, grab it, and chew it up.
Right.
And then eat the tablets.
Right.
It needs to be in the medicine cabinet.
And if people decide to bring their furry friend out here, most likely a dog, because cats would be kind of weird on a leash.
Yes.
But if they decide to bring their furry friend out here, you also want to warn pet owners about toxic plants as well.
And there's a long list of toxic plants. That was one of the harder courses I had in vet school. And again, that's something that you can Google online to get a long list of which house plants are dangerous, which house plants are safe, which plants in your landscaping in your yard are dangerous and which are safe. But just don't let your dog randomly graze on plants. Try to keep them out of harm's way. Try to prevent a problem from happening in the first place.
Are there any plants that are on that list that are popular here in Texas that Texas pet owners should be aware of? Just a few?
Well, sago palms are very, very hard on dogs. They can cause GI obstructions and cause liver failure. Any kind of lily can cause complete renal failure. Oleander can cause violent digestive tract problems. I mean, it's a long list. It's scary to read.
Right.
Now, most pets won't just randomly chew on a plant and consume parts of it, but kittens and puppies will mouth anything, and some cats just seem to have an affinity for chewing on houseplants, so you've got to be careful.
Okay. Well, Dr. Price, I want to thank you for joining us here at Cajun Fest and telling us what's good and what's healthy for our pets. We appreciate it. So if you have any questions questions, comments, or concerns, you can of course call Dr. Price Windmill Animal Hospital. All the information you need is on your screen. And still ahead on KTAB for you, we take an inside look on what it takes to get these crawfish ready for this Cajun Fest. We'll be right back after the break. Current including live and local. You're watching KTAB for you.